Now, we all feel today's heat no matter where we are, but for those in D.C., especially in the downtown area, it'll be a little bit more intense than the suburbs. There's actually a scientific term for this phenomenon. Our own Evan Koslof studied up on this, and he's here to explain. So, Evan, how does all this work?
All right, well, it's first off the name. It's called the heat island effect. Basically, the buildings, they take in all this heat, throw it right back in our face. So this graph sort of sums it all up. Simplified version, it's from the National Weather Service. Here at the city, yeah, it's going to be a higher temperature. It's going to drop down a little bit when you get to the suburbs. And then in the rural areas, you're doing the best because of all the trees, the vegetation, less buildings throwing it back into your face. Let's show you the numbers about how big this gap can be. If you're talking about just during the day, it's somewhere between 2 and 5 degrees. But if you're going to do it at night, it could get up to 22 degrees. That could be the difference. So here's why. When the sun goes down, the burbs are getting this relief. But in the city, we're just not so lucky because the buildings, like I said, took in all that heat. And at night, it starts this slow release of heat, like I said, just throwing it right back into our faces. Meanwhile, where you live in the city makes a big difference as well. Check out this map. It's from the DC Policy Center. It shows, obviously, the red is where it's hotter, the blue is where it's cooler. And just looking at it, you know, there are places where you're doing better. If you're over at the National Mall, it's a little cooler because of all the greenery there. Same over in our area by the studio, by Rock Creek. So basically, the lesson, just don't go downtown, stay right here, or just go to Ocean City because it's looking pretty nice over there.
You know, anybody who's ever experienced a summer in New York City, as I have experienced many, know all about this. I didn't actually know what the name was, but yeah. I didn't actually know it was a whole scientific thing.
Yeah, fancy name, basically just, when there's, a bunch of buildings around, they take in all the heat, throw it right back at us.
You know what helps in New York is when random liquid falls on your head, like from scaffolding and stuff?
Yeah.
These are times when it gets so hot, this is actually a welcome relief.
Yeah, just go stand underneath, like, the AC units. You're good there.
That'll work. All right. Thanks a lot, Evan.